And it is a busy full lineup as well. 34 drivers about to do battle for the final race of the day. And Sean Butcher for KR Sport will start it on pole position with Kai Hunter alongside Archie Walker and Teddy Pritchard-Williams. Matthew Higgins and Lewis Gilbert will round out the top 3 rows.
Row number 4, Jamie Perilli and Pearson Bullock Carter, Mark Kimber and Morgan Porter on row 5, Harry Linden and America's Austin Lee on row 6.
David Allegner and Guy Cunnington take row 7 from Samuel Hawthorne and Jude Fernahoe. Alex Duncan and George Holbrook, they round out the next row on row 9.
Row 10, Jay Lawrence and Brandon Nagelvort, followed by Lorenzo Cordal, Zombor Kovacs from Hungary, Oakley Pryor and Will Ellswood on row number 12. Neil Clark, the rest of the field as they go round on a rolling lap. We've got the tail enders, we've got Neil Clark, Jack Liddy, James Lowther, Harry Barlow, George Donald, the Jack's Motorsport team represented there on the 15th row of the grid, followed by debut driver William Pemble, Ben Folland and his go-kart, Tristan Rennie and Jack Collins rounding out the field.
Yes, indeed. Busy old grid out there. So what's going to happen during this race that we saw? Very interesting races earlier on in the Senior Rotax category. Senior Rotax at the Wilton Mill O Plate, if you can remember that final.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, indeed.
I believe that'll
be a doozy to watch back.
I think that's 3 O plates for Kai Hunter, possibly 4 even. I'm not quite sure. Sean Butcher, though, Sean has been Mr. Consistency. Third in 2021. Back in 2020, he was racing in Europe. In 2019, Butcher was also racing in Europe and in juniors. In 2022, he was 5th. He has won BNL titles. He has been on the podium all over the world as Sean Butcher. Now, though, is his time to shine. From pole position, Butcher leads them to the turn 1. 34 drivers, the best in the world, go in, and 34 drivers prove why they're the best. They all come out side by side, wheel to wheel, millimetres apart, but all facing the right way.
Yes, indeed. Good start then for the rest of them as they make their way through Derek's corner and once again getting all out cleanly. Rest of the pack there still side by side, about 3 wide in the background as well. Brandon Nagelvort going through your shot as well, but crucially, Kai Hunter still leads the way then as they go through. He's managed to get past Sean Butcher. Butcher, I think, is there in 2nd place. Yes, he is.
14 times a final winner for Kai Hunter. This would be number 15. Butcher, Teddy Pritchard-Williams. Pritchard-Williams has not had a British Championship podium. He drives for the MLC Motorsport team. Again, MLC showing why, just, you know, how do I say this without, they're a great team of very, very hard-working individuals. Drivers in the paddock, you've got your Strawberries, you've got your Dan Hollands, you've got your KR Sports, you've got your Argentis. However, if you don't have to go with them to be successful. You work hard. Teddy Pritchard-Williams, he's not in a kart that often.
No.
He's not a regular driver. So the kit, the mechanics, the whole team set them is very well. And round the outside, Super 10 takes flight. Not quite.
No, indeed. Stays there in P3. Tried that outside move through Stone. Now he's under pressure here from Archie Walker, I believe, there in P4.
Yes.
And tries to get it done through Derek's corner, not able to get it done. Looks to maybe the inside here through Dan Weldon. No, there's Gilbert going through. He's got the company of Kimber, Higgins, Linden, Pirelli and Al Lejner behind the top 10, separated by just 2.2 seconds. Breakaway though, these top 4, Hunter, Butcher, Williams and Walker, starting to break away from the main field.
So let's not forget, 0.8 of a second separated the top 45 drivers in this class in qualifying as Walker passes Pritchard-Williams for 3rd. It does mean that unless drivers make mistakes, it's very difficult to make them. So we have seen some processional racing. There's Pearson Bullock Carter of the Jack's Motorsport team looking over his shoulder. He has dropped 5 places back to 13th place. Hunter, Butcher, Pritchard-Williams, Walker. Gilbert, the Diamond of Dal ride there, kart number 29 for the Craft Motorsport team. Then it's Kimber. Remember what I said back, and that is one of the Cato Motorsport karts.
Lorenzo Cordal.
Lorenzo Cordal pitting out of the way. And that's, who's that, number 12 kart? That is the Dan Holland Racing number 12 of Harry Linden running wide. He was running wild in school. That's why he's back in a go-kart. Trust me, I've got eyes and ears everywhere. It's a good thing that Harry's back driving. He even said he needs, and do you know what? I spoke to Harry, he said he's really enjoying it now.
Yeah.
I think towards the end of last season, it became a bit of a chore. He had retired from karting, came back after 6 months at the, not even at the old plates, at the club meeting at Wilton Mill last round. He says he's having a good time, he's enjoying it. And Teddy Pritchard-Williams has just been passed by Archie Walker for P3.
Yes, indeed. Walker now in that top 3, and now it's getting interesting for the race lead as Kai Hunter goes defensive with 11.5 minutes to go.
Oh dear, roll your sleeves up, boys and girls. If that's the way the next 11 minutes is going to play out, then my voice is already going. Anthony, you could be taking over, because it could get... But again, now Butcher has got his teammate Walker behind him. This could be specific. If Butcher can open the door, if Butcher can get alongside, Walker will push him through. Williams there, then it's Kimber, Higgins, Gilbert, Cunnington, Perilli, Olejna, Porter, Linden.
Oh, I thought Butcher was going for the move there. Sorry, Henry.
Kimber, remember what I said? If he hasn't got the quickest kart, watch how when it matters most, when the meat meets the metal, Kimber comes to the front and he's there in a 4th position. Now, if I was Teddy Pritchard-Williams, well, which I'm not, but he gets passed there by Matthew Higgins, so Kimber now has his teammate behind him. Pritchard-Williams now trying to defend from Lewis Gilbert. Teddy's got to be careful now that he doesn't just get bowled around like a bowling ball and spat out like an old bit of chewing gum.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to see that one as the race goes on. Still plenty of time left in it. Nice breakaway now for the top 3 alone, as Kimber is now holding off the rest of the pack just behind him, and actually he's broken away with his teammate Higgins. Pritchard-Williams is in danger here now of being swallowed by the field. That
kart does not look happy. I think that maybe the pressures were a bit too high. He was very quick in the first 6 laps. Now Pritchard-Williams is starting to struggle. He's got to hold on, but the gap is growing between him and the drivers in front of him, and the amount of drivers sitting on his rear bumper is also growing. There's number 3 kart, Guy Cunnington, with the Guy Cunnington Racing Team picking up a place. Again, Guy has won so many, the 2019 British Senior Rotax champion that year. Well, he's showing why he was in a tie for the win in the grand finals that year. And some would say he was robbed of the victory, but Hunter has to defend. Walker passes Butcher. Now, the 2 KR Sport drivers, they've got to be careful. Don't let Hunter get away. Hunter's probably waiting to see whether they fight amongst themselves and then try and pull away, but it's Butcher's got a new fastest lap.
I don't think all is well with Kai Hunter's kart, because it's still there on pace, but looking at his lap times...
Well, is it there on pace? You got Butcher's best lap of 40.55, Walker a 40.63, and then Hunter only a 40.70. Okay, Kai Hunter is leading, therefore he's not got the slipstream. The drivers following him have got the benefits. Hunter, Mark Kimber, ladies and gentlemen, up into P4, and he is looking menacing.
He is indeed, and he's now right on the back of these 2 KR Sport drivers who once again have changed positions. Butcher back up into 2nd place now. Walker under pressure from Kimber. Higgins will be next to latch onto the back of this group, and Mark Kimber down the inside looks for that move for P3. Walker holds on to it but loses touch now with the top 2 as Hunter and Butcher start to break away.
Last year it was Sean Butcher chasing Callum Bradshaw for the win here at Kimbolton, just like we're looking at here, and Butcher, just try as he might, couldn't break down Bradshaw's defences. And he's like, oh, it's a bit like deja vu, only it's now Hunter and not Bradshaw leading the race. One thing I noticed, so when you look back at this race, Mark Kimber went for a move a lap ago at this corner on Archie Walker, and it didn't work. Kimber backed out of it very soon. He didn't. Other drivers would have just sort of squeezed Walker wide, and it would have been a side-by-side, but they would have lost more time. Kimber had the nous. It hasn't worked. I'm going to back out of it to not cost myself even more ground. And now he can give himself a lap to get back up to speed. Hunter is driving defensively. The pace that we saw from that kart, that number 2 kart in practice yesterday, has not translated quite as much into racing because of the top, again, Butcher and Walker are faster than the race leader. Hunter is a warning. Interesting. Now, I mean, the disembodied voice in my head is a question about over-defending, but I mean, we haven't seen him weaving around. Yes, he's defending, but, you know, Alfie Lawrence is his mechanic, and Alfie's a world championship, Rotax world championship winning mechanic, so, you know, there's no question that the kart's not bolted together properly. Maybe we'll start to see now the second half of the race, Hunter begin his pace, to pick up his pace a little bit. That last lap, they were 41.3 for Hunter. They're half a second off their pace. Kimber has caught back up. The proof is in the pudding. Anthony, I think you are right, and I think I was talking nonsense. Surprise, surprise, because Kimber and Higgins in the number 4 kart have caught back up. We've got a 5 kart train. Hunter looking over his shoulder. Pritchard Williams there in 6th. Then it's Cunnington, Gilbert, Perilli, Porter, Aulesna, Duncan, Lee, Bullock, Carter, Nagelbort, Pryor, Fernihau, Kovacs, Linden, Holbrook, Clark, Ellswood, Lawrence, Collins, Lilly, Hawthorne, Barlow, Rennie, Lowther, Donald, and the rest.
Oakley, Pryor, your biggest mover so far in this race, as well as Guy Cunnington, both 7 positions gained in this race. They are up several positions so far. And again, look at that, Hunter's going defensive here, just holding that inside line. I wouldn't say it's full defensiveness, he's just holding a tighter line going into all the corners. That's defensive driving going in towards turn number 1, and out on the outside row, Walker tries to get past his teammate, fails to get it done. Kimber still there in 4th place. Walker and Butcher both looking over their shoulders as they all dive in towards Derek's corner. And once again, now Higgins has latched onto the top of it. 5 kart battle for the race lead. 5 minutes to go. Henry, it's all starting to get exciting now.
It is, and it's Dan Holland Racing versus KR Sport versus Strawberry. Up at the front, Walker has to defend from Kimber. Higgins is there as well. Have to say a shout out to William Pemble, P30, the only rookie to make the final in his 2nd year of karting, and he's there in 3rd position. Obviously, his mechanic, Lewis Malin, is the reason he's there, but he's not done a bad job of driving. Only joking, Williams did a fantastic job.
Indeed.
Sean Butcher has not got frustrated. Sean Butcher must be absolutely seething inside that helmet because Kai is just defending, but he has not overdriven the car. He's not shown his frustration. This is showing the maturity. There's Kimber again. This time, that was close. Walker forced wide. He was squeezed like a zit.
Higgins goes through as well, and again, Butcher is just trying to find a way past him, not able to get it done, and now he has got past. He has got past and has to cut the corner, does Hunter, and holds on to the race lead. Now he's going to have to give that up, I'm afraid.
I can't spell controversy because I'm thick, but I think I'm going to have to look up the dictionary because Butcher will say that he was alongside and in the lead.
Yeah, and that's going to be, well, it's not down to us, of course.
Hunter will say that he was forced off track.
Yeah, he will. And, well, it happens so fast, you just can't make a decision on it. And, well, Hunter holds on to the lead. And now here comes Mark Kimber into 2nd place and potentially for the race lead. No, he can't. Has to hold on to it. Higgins follows through.
He's there.
Oh,
Kimber's
here we
there.
go.
Kimber's there. 3 wide. Higgins. And now Hunter gets exit stage left. Kai Hunter, and he's dropped to the back of this group. It is Matthew Higgins. It's a Strawberry 1-2. I could hear Paul Spencer squeaking away in the grandstand because his drivers have just pulled off an absolute masterstroke. Higgins, Kimber, 2 minutes to go. I think it is, but no, it's Walker in 3rd. Hunter is
Kimber
4th.
round.
Oh no, what happened there? Mark Kimber.
And Kai Hunter sees a 5-second time penalty.
Oh,
dear me.
It's his kicking right off. Matthew Higgins gets on a plane to go to the USA next week to commence his career in Formula 4 on the road to Indianapolis. Is he going to get on that plane having won his first race as a senior in the British Kart Championship, the 2020 Junior Rotax British Champion. He has still got Archie Walker right behind him. Hunter is third, but he's not a factor. It's going to put Lewis Gilbert on the podium. Sean Butcher is in third, sorry. What happened to Kai Hunter there? Kai Hunter's dropped back to fourth. Gilbert's going to move into P4, Cunnington's going to move into P5, and now Higgins has to defend. Archie Walker, I seem to remember...
Oh, here we go, he's side by side, sorry, Henry Walker's gone for the move. Side by side, nobody can't hold it now. Butcher comes back through and his teammate. Butcher back up into second place, and Higgins amazingly holds on to the race lead, and now down the inside comes Kai Hunter. Walker under pressure from Hunter. He's come back through. Here comes Gilbert now as well, and Walker's under pressure and gets squeezed off wide. Walker goes through, and there goes Guy Cunnington Walker. It's all going terribly wrong for him.
Well, Pearson Bullock Kart at the back of this lead group there, watching up the front. All these more experienced drivers absolutely take chunks out of each other. There are, as we start lap number 20, there is 1.9 seconds separating the top 8. Morgan Porter in 8th, Walker in 7th. There goes Guy Cunnington, the inside of Gilbert, and here comes Super Ted. Teddy Pritchard Williams back into play. Gilbert saying go, go, go to Guy Cunnington.
Well, my goodness me, this final has certainly had everything, hasn't it?
The top 13 are in one pack of karts, Anthony Jordan. Bullock Kart with 13th, Lee 12th, Olesna is 11th. Alex Duncan, we haven't mentioned Alex Duncan, as Kimber gets a penalty, he has dropped down the order. Alex Duncan in the number 63 car, what a job, he's the top 10. Pirilli is 9th, Porter, Walker, Pritchard, Williams, Gilbert, Cunnington, Hunter, Higgins, and Sean Butcher's last win was the final round of the 2021 championship at PF International.
Well, here we go then. 17 seconds left on the timer, plus that one lap, and I've got to say, Butcher has driven away here, and he's managed to get away with this.
Behind.
Oh dear.
Pearson Bullock Carter, 2 wheels in the air, and I can't see, there's that gaggle of karts that was involved in that. It's the number 40 kart now leading this. It's Pirilli up into 9th position. The clock has struck 0. This is going to be the last lap. Sean Butcher, Matthew Higgins, Kai Hunter third of the road. That's going to put Cunnington onto the podium. Bullock Kart's defending Anthony Jordan. Sean Butcher has done enough. Patience and persistence pays off.
It really does, doesn't it? Now he leads by over a second as they go in towards Dan Weldon corner. Higgins has done everything he needs to do. Hunter's there in third, but with that 5-second time penalty, Guy Cunnington would be finishing this one in P3. But your man here, the number 5, what a drive.
Well, I know that his dad going to be watching back home, and the Anglo-Australian driver, Sean Butcher, wins for KR Sport after an absolutely outstanding Senior Rotax final with not a small hint of controversy, but by and large that was a great kart race. Matthew Higgins for Strawberry Racing from Trafalgar in mid-Wales finishes in P2. Guy Cunnington will finish in P3 after Kai Hunter's penalty. Kai Hunter's 5-second penalty pushes him back to unofficially 11th. Lewis Gilbert in the top 5, as was Teddy Pritchard Williams. Good start for Super Ted. Archie Walker, Morgan Porter, Jamie Pirilli, Pearson Bullock Carter, and David Olesna rounding out the top 10. Alex Duncan will finish in 12th, followed by Austin Lee and Zombor Kovacs from Hungary, up 8 places to 14th position. Kimber had a 5-second penalty. That will push him well down outside the top 20, which means Jude Fernihau will finish in the top 15. And George Holbrook, Oakley Pryor, Harry Linden, Will Ellswood, Jay Lawrence in the top 20, Neil Clark, Jack Lilly, Sam Hawthorne, Jack Collins, Harry Barlow, and William Pemble. On your British debut, you were finished in front of the number 8 seed, James Lowther, who was 8th last year and has been a multiple seeded British driver. Brandon Nagelvoort and George Donald rounding out your top 30. Well, there's not smiles all round. Some of them are smiling, some of them look a bit frustrated, but that is karting for you. And if you have been watching karting for the first time, well, welcome aboard. This is why we love the sport. Anthony Jordan is making his way down to the pit lane to interview the drivers, and when he does that, I will also make my way down there. There is a look at, again, if you want to get into officialing with Motorsport UK, please go to the Motorsport UK website, type it into Google, and yeah, we need officials in this sport. A big thank you to the boys and girls in orange, the marshalling team, some of our race directors on screen there. So many people give up their time to allow these young superstars to go racing. What a show they have put on left. Debbie Burston asks, do I have a voice left? Unfortunately for you, the viewers, yes, I do. If you want to know anything more about the British Kart Championships, please go to www.britishkartchampionships.com to find out all about when our next race is going to be. But Anthony Jordan has got our current winners down in the pits.
Thank you very much, Henry S. down in Parc Fermé here with our race winner at the end of, well, I don't even know how to describe that race. Sean, help me out here. How would you describe that race?
Well, I can't really say that on live, but yeah, it was a hack. A hack.
Yeah.
A hack indeed.
Well, a hack indeed, and you've come away with a win from it. And, you know, that race, ups and downs all the way throughout it, but certainly a fight all the way to the flag.
Yeah, for sure, it was a fight all the way to the flag. But, yeah, I think we could have probably had the lead a little bit earlier on, and yeah, there was a few incidents, wasn't there?
Yeah. Well, you came away 1.1 seconds clear from the rest of the field, so you did something right at the end of that race, but, you know, still a solid way to start the season. And, you know, is this maybe a taste of what to expect maybe later on in the season as well?
Yeah, I'm sure it will be, but we'll see. But, yeah, the speed at the end, I think that shows how good the KR Sport team and the engines are. So, yeah, I can't thank them more.
Yeah, solid weekend for you. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, so everyone at KR Sport, my mechanic Jay, my mum and dad, and Pure.
Solid result. Congratulations. Well done getting away with that P1.
Thank you.
Perfect. Sean Butcher there. Let's chat to your man in second place. Come on over. Well, Matthew Higgins, well, is this a nice start to your season for Rotax? It's pretty good. P2. Well done.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, really didn't have any pace, just raced smart and worked our way there. And then Sean had so much pace, not even we're fighting with that. Just definitely got the most out of the kart, but it's just painful.
Talk us through those moments where you were pushing with Mark, because of course you two were working together, and you actually went first and second at one point as well.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, like I said, I had no pace, so it was just smart to follow him through making the gaps and just pick him off, really. I couldn't have, yeah, like I say, couldn't have done much more of what I had.
Yeah. Kimbolton's one of those circuits where it's very fast, but it's very inviting for those overtakes, and we certainly saw that during that race, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely, it was carnage.
That's definitely a word to use for that race. But, you know, it's still a solid result for you. Plenty of points in the bag for that one, and you move on to the next round as well, looking pretty decent. So, anyone you'd like to thank?
Just Dad, especially, putting in the work. Everyone that's supporting me, and Strawberry Racing, especially Keeley.
Brilliant stuff. Congratulations there. Matthew Higgins.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Let's chat to third on track, Kai Hunter. Now, the race there, very challenging. What can you take away from it?
Nothing really. It was, I try to win. I didn't, and that's about it. I can't really say anything else. Everyone's annoyed at us because I made it in too much of a scrap. But I think that was something I needed to do. People I'm racing against just literally had so much more, so I wanted to win and I did everything I can. Yeah, I can't really say much more, that's it.
Still a solid race, mate. Well done, well done. Obviously third on track, but with that 5-second time penalty, Guy Cunnington would go up into third. Henry,
wow.
Yes,
Wow.
What a race.
What a race, what a day. We said it was a record-breaking weekend.
Yeah.
We have had some of the best racing I can remember in a long time in the British Championship. It just goes to show how competitive it is. We've got drivers that are European champions, global champions in all the classes they've come from around the world. We've had drivers from Kenya, India, Turkey, Canada, the USA, from Hungary, from Germany coming here, and to try and take on the best of British. And this is why the British Rotax classes are the best in the world. It's why our drivers do so well in the grand finals. And we haven't even got to Alice Stevens in KZ2. Mark my words, she is a superstar.
Definitely so.
One to watch.
One to watch, 100%. And you can watch it again
Yes.
in a few weeks' time.
And again. and again. Go onto YouTube, watch it again and again and again.
Yeah, yeah, and so on and so on and so on. Glannygore is next in a few weeks' time, indeed. Back to Wales. It's going to be an exciting one. I am EKZ, Bambino and TKM, I'm pretty sure.
Lots.
Regardless,
thank you for watching. Thank you to the officials. Thank you to Hunt's Kart Club. Thank you to Wera Tools for sponsoring it. Most importantly, thank you to the families. We've got nearly 200 drivers. That is 200 sets of parents, siblings, aunties, uncles, grandpies, nans, who are all giving up their time, their efforts, their money to allow these drivers to do what they do best, to entertain you, to entertain us, and to show why the British Championship, the Wera Tools Motorsport UK British Championship, is the best in the world. It's now time for the Senior Rotax podium, another international field of drivers, global champions, European champions, British champions all around, and the race was spectacular to say the least. The top 13 drivers separated by less than 8 seconds at the end, the podium covered by less than 2. Finishing in 3rd position, the only owner driver in the field. For his new team, Guy Cunnington Racing, it's Guy Cunnington. Well done, Guy. 2019 British Senior Rotax champion. Just because it's not a Guy Cunnington Racing bucket hat means you have to wear it. Finishing 2nd, and this driver, he was the 2020 British Junior Champion, and everybody in the Wera Tools British Championship wishes the best of luck as he goes to continue his career in the US Formula 4 Series at Road America next weekend. For Strawberry Racing, last year's number 4 seed, Matthew Higgins. Matthew complaining the hat is always huge. Well, your fringe does stick out by 12 inches from your forehead. That always creates a problem, Matthew. And now our winner. This next driver has been one of the most consistently successful drivers, both here in the UK and where he races in Europe as well. I believe he's now leading every championship he is doing in 2023, even though this is only his 2nd win in the British Championship. Representing KR Sport, and along with winning mechanic Jay Southern, it's Sean Butcher. That's enough of the niceties. The barber missed the rest of your head, Sean. He did the sides, then forgot to do the top. So Sean not only now leading the British Championship, also the Belgian Championship, and on course for a very successful season in the European Championship as well for the KR team. A fantastic result. Your Senior Rotax podium, everybody.
Top set, guys. Under the squeeze on there, aren't we?
Well, the last few photos are taking place. Thank you very much for joining us here at Kimbolton on what was a record-breaking weekend. Please drive home safely. We'll see you at the next round.